Okay.
Mm.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد أشرف المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين يا ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. We have actually finished our study of what we call Masdat Asli. Masdat Asli, which means the Masdas that we learned during excess time. Yeah. For family 2 up to 10. And then we went on to learn that the Masda for family 1 or Mujarrad family is something that you can only see from the dictionary. Yeah, that's what we learned. But the other thing though, however, although we said this, we have a lesson. Yeah, if you can go back to the notes. Yeah, that even the Mazdas from the Mujarrad family, although there is no hard and fast rule about forming the Mazda, there are Mazda patterns that are normally associated with certain fi'ils. Yes. So that is something you might want to look back in your notes if you ever come across an occasion where you need to find out more about Mazdas or the Sulasi family. Yeah. When I say Sulasi, I automatically mean the Mujarrad family because Sulasi means there's only 3 root letters. Then we went on to learn about what we call the Rubai, Fi'l Rubai. These are the 3 root letters added with an extra letter. An example, of course, is family 3 with the extra alif, Jahada. Yes, Jahada. Then we went on from Sulasi to Rubai and we went to Humasi. Humasi is when you have the 3 root letters and an additional 2. So these are like family like in Qalaba, yang Qalibu. Yes, so 2 extra letters. And finally, we saw Af'ala Sudasi, the 6 letter fi'ils. Yes, and these are like, well, can you give me one with 6 letters?
Family 10. Is stuff.
Yes,
Istighfar.
yes, that's right. So that is the one with extra 3. Yeah. So today we are going to look at Mazdas that are not from these families. Yes, they are not what we call Mazda Asli. Actually, they are from these families, but they are not of a fixed pattern, not the pattern that we recognize. Yeah. So these are the Mazdas, what we call well, other Mazdas. Yes, other Mazdas. Did we do Mazda Bindi before? Did we do this together before?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. We've done it before, but I think one of the classes lah, macam we encountered the Mazda Mimi somewhere.
The term. Okay, all right. So here it is, my opening slide. I have told the other ladies that I'll always put in a new hadith for every lesson that we have. And this particular hadith comes from the 40 hadiths of An-Nawawi, yes. And this is about religion and what is religion. And here Rasulullah is saying that inna dinas nasiha. Yeah, nasiha. In Malay, we always think of nasiha as advice. Yes. But in this case, it's translated as sincerity. Yeah. Inna dina nasiha, inna dina nasiha, inna dina nasiha. This is what the messenger said. 3 times she said it. And then when they asked him, Ya Rasulullah, what do you mean? Qalu liman ya Rasulullah. Yeah. To whom, O Rasulullah, are we supposed to be sincere? And he said, to Allah, to his book, to his messenger, to the imams of the Muslims, and to their common folk. Yeah. So in sincerity in religion. This is what our religion is all about. So when we do something, we do it with ikhlas. Yeah, we do it with ikhlas. Are you at your laptop already? Or
no, I'm just about to enter my house.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, your husband was with you?
Yes.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So now, the other types of masadir, yeah, the other types of masadir, we have learned, like I said, about Masdar Asli. There are other names for Masdar Asli. Sometimes we call them Masdar Am or Al-Adi. We call it al-adi. Al-adi means the original. Yeah, al-adi means the original. Cool. Now we're going to learn about other types of masadi. Yeah. And the first one, of course, is our famous masadi mimi. Yeah, masdar mimi. So why do we call it masdar mimi? For the simple reason that we add mim in front of an isim. And this particular isim, yes, happens to be the original masdar. We just gave it an extra face. Yes, we gave it an extra face. You want to look at it that way. Okay. So it says here, ismun yadullu ala hadasi. Ala hadasi. Hadasa is actually an action, an event, something that occurred. Yeah, like we say hadis. So hadasa is an action. Walakin yabda. Yes, walakin yabda. Yes. And it begins, yabda, you know, ibtida, the beginning of something, bimim, with the letter mim. And this is an additional letter mim, zaidah. Walaysa ala wazan mufa'ala. Mufa'ala. Okay, as long as it is not this pattern. Why do we say this? Because mufa'ala is one of those asli patterns, the original patterns. It is an adi. Yes. Mufa'ala is from which family? Which masdar has the masdar pattern of mufa'ala? Which family has this masdar pattern?
Family tree.
Yes, exactly. Family tree. Yeah. So it's an isim that denotes an action, but it begins with mim and it's not of the pattern mufa'ala. As long as it enters this definition, then it is masdar mimi. Now, from this, yeah, we can say an alternative definition. An isim with the meaning of the regular masdar, but starts with mim zaidah and not with the pattern mufa'ala. Okay. So meaning, if we take any masdar asli, yeah, from those families, and we stick a mim in front of it, it becomes mimi, masdar mimi. But this is just a technique. This is just a way. But doesn't mean that that masdar mimi exists in real life. It does not mean that that word, it doesn't mean that the word is used, you know, by the Arabs. Yeah, it doesn't mean that. Okay. All right. So let's look at the masdar mimi from the 3 root letter fields. Yeah, from the 3 root letter fields. So what do we do here when we have 3 letters, 2 root letters? Yeah. So the wazn is maf'al. The wazn is maf'al. So this is easy enough. Easy enough. Yeah. So if let's say I have a fi'il, shariba, and the masdar is ashur or shurban, yeah, shurban. If we follow this rule, where we have the pattern is maf'al, the shurban becomes, what do you think? Shin raba. Yeah, shin raba. The pattern is maf'al. So if I'm going to make it into a masdar mimi, what do I do to the shurban? Shin raba. I would put a mim in front. Yes, I will put a mim in front. And a fatha on the last part, 1 letter. Yep, so this is what will happen. Shariba, ashur, and we put in a mim in front of the original masdar, shin raba. Yes, and there we have it. A masdar mimi, mashrab. Yes.
Okay.
But the thing is, mashrab, yeah, maf'al. Does it sometimes look as if it can be like an isim zaman or isim makan, a zarf? Yeah, because there will be words that will look like an isim zaman and isim makan. Yeah. So we need to be, the only way we can tell sometimes is if we look at the context, whether this is a zarf or whether it is a masdar mimi. Yeah. So we need to be careful here as well. But in this case, this is definitely a masdar mimi. Yes. So another word, daraba. Daraba. So if there's daraba, then it will become madrab. Yeah, the pattern of maf'al. Daraba will be madrab. The Asli masdar is darb, darbun or darban. Yeah? And when we make it into masdar mimi, we put the mim in front and make the pattern maf'al. It becomes madrub. Yeah? So we see a lot of masdar mimis in the Quran. Yes, we do see a lot of masdar mimis in the Quran. So sometimes we use the masdar mimi and sometimes we use the masdar asli in the Quran. And no one has really, maybe at the point in time when I was doing this masdar with my sheikh, right, Sheikh Hilmi, he said he has not really read a book that told us why sometimes in the Quran Allah uses a masdar mimi and why sometimes he uses a masdar asli. Yeah, but he did come across one but he hasn't studied it yet, and at that point in time and until now I think he hasn't shared anything with us. But usually if we add an extra letter like this, yes, usually when we add an extra letter like this to any word, the general rule is there will be more meaning to it. Yeah, more meaning to it. But as it is, let's look at some examples from the Quran. Matla. Matla is from which surah? Matla il-Fajr. Matla il-Fajr. Which surah is that? Yeah. Matla il-Fajr. Think about that for a while. Okay, so this is a masdar mimi. Mahya. Yeah, mahya is also a masdar mimi. Mamata, manama, mataba. Okay, let's just can you remember that for me? I'm going to open a window so that we can have a look at it in the Quran, see whether we can find it.
Mutlaq.
Matla. Matla. Yeah? Matla il-Fajr. Matla il-Fajr. Don't you remember? Matla il-Fajr.
No, I'm studying here, but
okay. Oops, sorry. I'm still on. Here we are. Surah Al-Qadr. The famous one. Al-Qadr. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. Wa ma adraka ma laylatul qadr. So, salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr. Yes, matla'il fajr. So that's one of the places that you find it. And it apparently it appears in 3 other places in the Quran. Yeah, but matla'il in Surah Al-Kahf. Yes, when we talk about the companions of the cave. Yeah, and how Allah make them turn left to right, depending on the sun. Yeah. So, but the one that comes to mind is the one in Surah Al-Qadr. Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay. Mahya is another one in the Quran. You can look it up even if you have the time to see where it appears. But the original masdars from which these words are taken, yes, from which these words are formed, are these. No, tolong, hayatun, mautun, naumun, taubatun. Yeah, these are all asli.
Can you
Yes.
Allow me my laptop to go in?
Okay. Yes. All right. Do you see it now?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yes. Alhamdulillah.
Recording in progress.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Okay. So you see here, like we said before, we can form masdar mimi from the masdar asli by just adding the mim in front and then doing one of 2 things. Yes. And that's it. We get the masdar mimi. Yeah. Matla, mahya, mamata from maut, manama from naum, mataba from tawbah. Yeah. When it is not a 3-letter word, when it is not a 3-letter word, then the rule is slightly different. Just now it was maf'al. The pattern was maf'al. So when it is 4, 5, or 6, yes, what do we do then? Yes, so here it says, you take the mudari, you take the fi'il mudari of that verb, yes, of that verb, the huwa version, of course, and then, yes, you make the meme madmumah with dhamma. Just now it was maf'al, which was with fatha, right? So now we take a meme and made it ma'mumah. Yeah, we make it that. And the ya mudari'ah, the one that is you associate with the huwa version of the mudari', yes, that's the one that you change to become the meme madmumah. Yeah. And the last but one letter, you put a fatha on it. So what do I mean by this? It sounds complicated. So let's say we have akharaja. This is from family 4. Yukhrij is our mudari from family 4. What we do is we take the ya, his ya mudara'ah, this ya, yes, and we make it into a meme madmumah. It becomes meme madmumah. So now it's mukh. The mudari itself is yukhriju. Yukhriju. So this ri becomes ra. Yeah, mukhraj. Yeah, mukhraj. So the original asli would be ikhraja. Yeah, islama. Right. So got that?
Ikhraja is what?
Mm,
Asli, I don't get it. Like
aslama,
mukhraj.
yuslimu. What is our Mazda for family 4? The normal pattern.
Oh, aslama, yuslimu, islaman.
Mm.
Islaman. Oh,
So
yeah, correct.
islaman.
So
Yeah. So
ikhraja is the normal asli, masdar asli. Okay.
yes.
So this one is masdar mimi.
Mahda mimi.
Mukhraja.
You take it from the
Okay.
mudari, yeah, which is the yukhrij. Yeah, all right. So now, as you can see, this looks like what's the isim maf'ul of this family?
Isim maf'ul.
Of family 4.
Yuslimu islaman.
Fahuwa.
Muslimun.
It looks like it, right? But only sorry, that is isim fa'il, isim maf'ul. Muslaman, right? Yeah. So it looks the problem here now, it looks like islim maf'ul. So this is another one, like I said, we need to look at the context. Just like just now, it looks like the zarf, right? It could be isim makan, it could be isim zaman. Here also, we need to look at it, yeah, from the context itself. Okay. So the tricky things about Masdar Mimi. All right, so let's do some more examples. This is from Humasi. This one you mentioned just now. Yes. Istaghfara. Yes, istaghfara. Yastaghfiru. Mustaghfar. Yeah, this looks also like an isim maf'ul. Istighfar is our original Masdar. Then from the Quran, we have things like this. Yeah. Mudkhala, mukhraja, muzdaja, yeah, mummazak, muntaha, mustaqar. These are all from the Quran. Yeah, mudkhala is from Surah Al-Isra. Yeah, adhilni mudkhala sitkit. I think it should rhyme. It should ring a bell here. So all of this actually comes from the following verbs. Yeah. The mudari of the following verbs. What I'm showing you now is the Masdar Asli. These are your Masdar Ahli. Yeah, these are your actual Masdar Ahli. There is some difference between Masdar Asli and Masdar Mimi. So sometimes you see it being used as duhul. Sometimes you see it being used as mutahal in the Quran. Sometimes khuruj, sometimes mukhraj. So why Allah used this and not that? Allahu Alam. Only He knows best. Yeah. So for them to do a study of this, they have to collect all the Masdar Mimi and all the Masdar Asli and then compare. When did he use this? When did he use that? Yeah. So inshallah, maybe one day Sister Pia will do this, yeah, and write a book and share it with me. Inshallah.
Inshallah. I don't know. I don't think so, but inshallah.
Inshallah.
Hopefully, if Allah will.
You do not know. You do not know. You might be smiling now. Yeah, but it might come true.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Okay, so I'm just going to put a note here. Just now we were talking about all the sahih stuff, right? Meaning that root letters are not weak letters. But if let's say we have a fi'il that is misal. Fi'il misal. Misal, what does that mean in terms of weak letter? Can you remember? Misal.
Itulah macam.
Ajwaf, we know.
Misal is the starting.
Yes,
It's
good.
weak letter.
Yes, Alhamdulillah, you remember.
Alhamdulillah, ya
So,
Allah.
so when we have a misal fi'il, a misal verb, but the lam kalima is sahih, yeah, the end is sahih, it's not nakif. And then the fa is dropped, let's see, yeah? Maf'il, the pattern will become maf'il. Just now we saw maf'al. And then we saw that if it was not 3 letters, we take the mudari, yeah, we drop the ya, replace it with a mim, and then we make sure the last but 1 letter has a fatha, right? But in this case, it's maf'il for a misal. So what do I mean by this? So wa'ada al-wa'd, yeah, this is your Masdat asli, yeah, wa'adun wa'adan, yeah. So if we make it Masdar mimi, it becomes mau'id. That's this pattern. Maf'il becomes mau'id. Another example is waqa'a al-wuqu'. Yeah, waqa'a al-wuqu'. Yeah, so this is waqa'a yaqa'u. Waqa'a yaqa'u, then becomes al-wuqu'. Yeah, so the Masdar is mauqi. Maf'il pattern again. Yeah. Then waqafa al-wuquf. Waqafa al-wuquf. Yeah, this is from the verb waqafa yaqif. Yeah, waqafa yaqif. And this is the original masdar, and this is the masdar mimi. Mauqif. Alhamdulillah. So that's what we know about masdar mimi. Can you remember what we just talked about masdar mimi, the normal type? When it is 3 letters, the pattern is maf'al. When it's not 3 letters, more or so,
we take the mudari and then we add mim with fatha
with
and then
dhamma,
last letter dhamma, and then the last letter
second last
letter is with fatha.
Yes, but if it is misal like this, what
Misal
happens
is kasrah.
So it is kasrah. Yes, mau'id, mauqi, mauqif. But there are also patterns that do not follow the pattern. There are also words that do not follow the pattern. This is what we we call shaza. Shaza is a term in tajweed as well. Yes, shaza is a term in the way that you read the Quran. Yes, when you qira al-Quran, when you read the Quran. Yes, some qura, some people who recite, the reciters of the Quran, they use the shazah way of pronouncing it. That means it is not the normal way of pronouncing it. Yeah, but it is still a valid way. Yeah, it's still a valid way. Some shazah means not mutawatir. You know, the mutawatir recitation, the 10 recitations that is accepted. So it's not, but it has been heard. We have had the Sahaba reciting in that way. Yeah, so this is what we call shaza, something irregular, something unusual. Yeah, so masdar mim, yeah, in other words, this one does not follow the rules that we learned just now. Not maf'al, not maf'il, not replacing with madmumah and fathah at the end. Yeah, so marji, for example, marji. Yeah, if you look at it, this is sahih, raja'ah. Yeah, raja'ah. But instead of marja, it became marji. Remember we said that when it is, we have no problem. It is a 3-letter word, right? Then we say it is maf'al, the pattern. But in this case, the Arabs don't say marja, they say marji.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, no. That's why it's
It's
one of
just
those
back
Shazah thing. It's just one of those
the Arab
Shazah thing.
said so.
Yes, this is one of those because the
Ah,
Arab said so. Long
so
time
we
we have
have to
not heard
like
that.
we can only know by memorizing.
Yeah, we can only know by memorizing. And when we hear people saying it, we know it's the correct way, even though it's not following the rule. Yeah, because that's accepted by others. Like mantiq as well, same thing. Should be him mantak, but no. In the Quran, it appears as mantiq. Yeah. Then mi'ad. Mi'ad also another one. Ma'siyah. Ma'siyah is ain sad iya. Oh, this one is nakis. Yeah, ma'siyah. Yeah. So this one should be maf'al too, but it's not. Miras I think I've got this wrong. It should be maghfirah. Yeah, maghfirah. The fatha is on the mim. Yeah, maghfirah. Yes. And masir. Yeah, masir. So some of it we call it masdar mimi, but it doesn't seem to follow the rules that we saw just now. Yeah, that's the thing. And this is just to say that masdar mimi, a lot in the Quran. Yeah, a lot in the Quran. So it's not something unusual that we don't see. We see it in the Quran. But we need to differentiate it from just now, the isim maf'ul, from the isim zaman, isim makan. Yeah, sometimes it looks like that, but it is not. Like matla il fajr. Matla il fajr, yes. We could say that it is an isim zaman, right? So these are things that we need to put our feelers out. So that's masdar mimi. Yeah, that's all about masdar mimi. So quite simple. It's with a mim in front, basically, and other things happening at the back. Then we have something called masdar sunai. What is masdar sunai? Actually, sunai, the word sunai means something that shows the essence of something. Sunai means to be made. Yeah, sunai means to be made. So isim masnu'un. Masnu'un is meaning an isim that is made from an isim. Yeah, how do we make it? We attach at the end a ya mushaddadah followed by a ta. Yeah, so how does this look like? Masnu means to be made. So this masnu is maf'ul, the isim that was made. Yeah, isim that was made from an isim where the ending is added with a ya mushaddada, and after that we have a ta. Okay, so why do we use masdar? Yep. Okay. So why do we have this thing called sunai? Because what it does is when you have a masdar sunai, yes, we kind of like say when we are trying to describe the essence of something. We want to describe this essence of something. Well, it's like a sifah of something. That's why they put here sifat al-akhwat. So it's the characteristics and the condition of this particular isim that we are describing. Yeah, this particular how do I see? Yeah, to show the various characteristics of the isim of this noun. Okay, and usually that noun is describing something or signifies something. No, I want to say describing something. It signifies something. So the masdar sunai describes this signification, if you want to put it that way. Okay, so like rahbaniyah. See, rahbaniyah, monastic, meaning this is their life. The priest, the Christian priest, right? They stay away from the worldly goods, right? They don't get married, things like that. Yeah. So this is the characteristic of being rahban. Yeah. So when we say if you are a rahban, then this is your characteristic, rahbaniyah. Yeah. What we do? We just add ya with a shadda and your tamabuta at the end. Yeah. That's all that we do. Rahbaniyah. We take the original isim, we add ya shadda and a ta. Another one is jahiliyah. Jahiliyah. This one we see, yeah, in the Quran. Jahiliyah. Both of them we see in the Quran. Jahiliyah. Yeah, jahiliyah. So this is the aspect of being jahil, of being ignorant. Everything that to do with ignorance is in this word, jahiliyah. Yeah, jahiliyah. Okay. There are not many masdar sunais in traditional Arab. In the Quranic Arab, not many. So what has happened over time is that people sometimes take an English word and to make it sound Arabic, they also stick the shada and the ta. We will see this later. We will see this later. Okay. Okay. The more traditional one, the ones I think we have heard. Yeah. Alam, alamiyah, alamiyah, international. Insan, insaniyah, humanity. Then, of course, this is another one we are familiar with. Watan, wataniyah. Yes. And not only this sort of isim, sometimes a mabni isim. This one, of course, we have insan, insanin, insanan. Yeah. So if we have a mabni isim like what? What are we thinking about when we see a mabni isim? Like the word kaifa, how? The word kaifa. We can make this into a masdar sunai as well to show the essence of how you do things. Okay. So kaifa, kaifiyah. So the manner or the mode that you do things. Kaifa means how, right? So this is how do you do things? How do you do things? Yeah, kaifiyah, the manner in which you do things. And the word kam. Kam is when you ask the question how many or how much. Yeah, kam. So when you want to say quantity, you just take kam and you stick ya and ta at the end of it. It becomes kami. Kami. Yeah, kami. Yeah, kami. Yeah, kami. Yeah, kami. And then huwa. Huwa is another mabni isim. And when we take it, it actually, because we say huwa is he, right? He, or who he is. So it's hawiyah means identity. Yeah, it's identity. Okay, we take another word, another isim that we might have a masdar. Remember, we open the dictionary, we usually have the mujarrad form of the word. Yeah, remember? They will tell you whether it is sami'a, yeah, and then yasma'u, yeah. They tell you the pattern, and in brackets will be your masdars that are asli for that word. Yeah. Then after that, there are other words behind the meanings, and then we all say, oh, what type of masdar is this? What type of isim is it? Right? We'll be arguing. Those are the extra bits. Yeah, extra bits. So rajula to be a man. Yeah. There are masdars that describe being a man, for example. Yeah. So maybe we have something called rujula, being a man. This is a description of a man. But when we make it masdar sunai, remember, it's the essence of being a man. Okay, it's more than just being a man. Be a man. It's more than that. When we want to say more than that, yes, as you remember in Arabic, we add more letters. It becomes rajuliyah. Yeah, everything to do with a man, being strong, being brave, and all that. Yeah, so protective. This is what it is all about. When we do sunai, maybe here, then you get a clearer picture of what you mean when you use masdar sunai. Okay. Having said this, there are other words that looks like masdar sunai but isn't. Yeah. So this one we need to be careful. There are always exceptions, just like our zaman is isim zaman, isim makan, as well as mahul. Now this masdar sunai, there are words that look like it but isn't like it. So which one is this one? I wonder whether you remember this. We have something called a nasab. Do you remember this?
No.
Nasab, which is nasab. When you say something like it's a maki, as what is a makiya surah? Maki. We add a ya to the word Makkah, it becomes maki. And the ya at the end of the word maki means that it belongs to the Makkah, that group. Yeah, nasab is actually is like a relationship.
Mm.
Yeah, nisbah is a relationship. Yeah, we learned this when we did both balagha as well as nahu. The word nasab was there. It's not with a sod, it's with a sin. Yes, we have something we call an nasab, ya nasab. And like Masri showing that you belong to Egypt, you're from Egypt, yeah, you belong to that country. Maki, you belong to that city, yeah. That shows it is related or connected to the noun. Can you see this? It's a bit small. But when you make it feminine, now this is where the problem starts. It looks just like your Sunai. Islamiyah. Yes, Islamiyah. Because there's a ya shaddah here with a ta. So this is where, again, comes the context. Yeah, you need to know your context. So Islam, Islami, Islamiyah. So in this case, we are not talking about the ya and the ta in Masdar Sunai. We're talking about ya nasab, yeah, that shows you it belongs to Islam, and ta ta'nis, because it is the feminine one that belongs to Islam, yeah, not the masculine one. So that's why we need to be careful. So this occurs with other examples. Arabiya, yeah, Ajnabiya, yeah. There are rules for for nasab. So it might be like this, for example, and this is the pattern. It might be, for Hanifa, for example, Hanifa, it becomes Hanafi when you add ya nasab. The pattern changes a bit. The harakah changes a bit. That becomes Hanafiya. So these are not Sunai. Yeah? These are not Sunai. Now the modern Sunai, we saw just now the traditional Masdar Sunai. Now we see something that looks like Masdar Sunai, but it is not. Now we look at the modern Sunai. This one everywhere we see English word, stick ya, shadda, and ta, it becomes a rabbit. Yeah, see this one?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, can you help me with this?
Demokratia. Ya Allah,
Yeah.
it seems so long.
Demokratia. Yes. So Ra'sumaliyah, which is Ra'su is head, right? Kepala.
Somalia.
And becomes capitalism. And then we have Ishtirakiyah. This is socialism.
Ishtirakiyah.
And then Aristokratiyah. Yes, Aristokratiyah. And we have something Klasikiyah. Yes, classical. Yeah, right. So normally we see, when we see these special Mazdars, right? Mazda Mimi, Mazda Sunai, yes, we see how it's derived from the normal pattern, right? And then we see the ones that look like that type of Mazda, but isn't that type of Mazda, right? And then we saw Mazdas that are like this, yes, modern ones. And then, of course, we saw the other one, the Shazah one. Yeah, so Sunai also has the Shazah forms. Yeah. Another word for Shazah is Muttajalah. Muttajalah means it doesn't follow the rules. Muttajalah means it doesn't follow the rules. Just like Shazah. So what's this? This one is like Uluhiyah. Uluhiyah. Rububiyah. Why do we say this? Ubudiyah. Why do I say this is Shazah? It looks okay. Yeah. Furusiyah. Yes, Furusiyah. Yeah. This is horsemanship, the person who rides a horse. Yeah. So why do I say this? Because they didn't come from anything. Yeah, they didn't come from any word. Like just now we saw there was, yes, there was some origin of the Masdar. But in this case, no, it stands by itself. We didn't take it from something called uluh. Yeah, we did not take it from rubub or ubud or furus. There's no such thing. But it stands by itself. We have ubudiyah, rububiyah, uluhiyah. This is things to do with tawhid, yeah, the study of tawhid. Things like that. So this is what makes it muttajalah, because it's not derived from anything. It stood by itself, though the term was coined by the Arabs. Yeah. All right. Alhamdulillah. Any questions so far on that before we start the final one for this morning? Alhamdulillah. No. This is really interesting. This is something called Masda Marra. Sometimes Masda Marra, Masda Mimi, Masda Sunai, they're also called Isim. Yeah, Isim Mimi, Isim Sunai, Isim Marra. Yeah, so because Masda is an Isim after all, it's just a special type of Isim, which we call Masda. Okay, so what's this? Yusaru is also another way of saying to make. Yeah, to make. So we make this Isim from the Masda Asli. Yes. And why do we do this? Yeah, for the intention of it denotes that the action happens once. MashaAllah, the Arabic people are so precise. So if we use Masdar Mara to explain this action, then it means that that action has only taken place once, not more than that. Okay, so an isim that we make from the original Asda to denote an action that happened only once. So that's why we have this Masdar Marah. The word Marah means to happen only once. So when it is a three-letter word, three-root letter word, how do we make the pattern? The pattern is fa'ala. Fa'ala. Yeah, so that's quite simple. So if I have daraba, what will it become? Fa'ala, daraba. Sister Pia? Are you there? If I put do, ro, and ba, yeah, this one will become are you saying something? Sister Pia, are you there?
I fell asleep. I like drowsed and fell asleep.
Mashallah. Oh, that's bad. Okay.
I was like, then gone. Okay. Where were we? Astaghfirullahaladzim.
Yeah.
Oh, astaghfirullahaladzim.
Dot, ro, and ba. So what pattern is it now? What's the Mazda with this fi'il? Daraba.
Is the first. Kan. Sorry. Again. What's the question?
The pattern for Mazda Marah for a three-letter verb, yes, for a verb that has three root letters, is fa'ala. Fa'ala. Yeah. So, so if my verb is daraba, he hit, yeah, he hit or he left, then what is the Mazda?
Doroba, it will come doroba. So
No. There's no meme for this Mazda. There's no meme for this pattern.
So doroba je terus. Doro. So dorba.
Yes.
Dorba.
Yeah. So this is simple.
Okay.
Dorba. So the original Asli Mazda is Adrob. Adrob. But now the Mazda Marah, to say that you hit only once, you say Dorba. Yeah, you hit only once, Dorba. He left only once, Dorba. Yeah. So Qala, this would be Qaul. Qaul is your Mazda Asli. It becomes Qawla. So he spoke only once. He spoke only once. Yeah. Jalasa. Julus is your Masdar Asli. Jalsa. He sat down once. That's it. Yeah, he didn't get up and sit down again. Get up and sit down again. He just sat down once. Yeah, so this is Masdar Marra. There are always things that happen out of your control. So let's see. So when the Masdar when the Masdar asli is the pattern fa'ala, we have a problem. How do we say it happens only once when the asli, the original Masdar, is already fa'ala? So the thing here is very simple. You just add the sifah wahidah, one. Oh, no, make it a na'at. You know, wahidah has the na'at to the action. So we know that it happens one. So this is for Masdar asli, which is already in the pattern of fa'ala. So what do we mean by that? Like da'a, da'wah. This is your Masdar asli. So we can't do the rule that we said just now to make it into Masdar marah, right? To show that the action was done once. So the alternative is to add the word one. Yeah, wahidah. Da'wah wahidah, one call. So this is what we do. Rahmah wahidah. Yes. No, wahidah. Okay, I don't know how to make it exciting for you, but okay, this is Sarf. So that you don't fall asleep. Okay. So Soiha, we know this yet. What this is, I think in the Quran, I think Allah did use wahidah, if I'm not mistaken. No, can't remember. No, I'm wrong. Maybe I'm Soiha. Let's see whether we have it again in the Quran. Let's just have a look. I'm always curious because it's nothing like practicing. What are the root letters of just now? What were the root letters just now? Oh, it's one of the, how do you see, the weak letter in the middle. Yeah. Because I have a strange feeling. Soy. It looks as if it's one, right? Okay. Where that? Here. Soihatan wahidatan. Yes, he does use wahid. Yeah, to show that it is one shot. Soihatan wahidatan. Alhamdulillah. So that's Alhamdulillah. I do. Some things I do remember correctly. Okay. Okay. So then we look at the ones that are not three letters. The ones that are not three letters. And what do we do here? What do we do here? We add a ta. Yeah, we add a ta. Very simple. Take the original Masdar, add a ta. And it becomes marah. Wow, not because it becomes feminine, it becomes marah. Yeah, sabaha, tasbih, tasbihah. So, but of course, we have the same problem. What if the Masdar asli already has a ta? Then we have to do the same thing. We just add the one. Yeah, aqama, iqamah, iqamah wahidah. Yeah, sara'a, musara'ah, musara'ah wahidah. No, sara is usually like to wrestle, to grapple with each other. Yeah, we put it to fight. So that's that. Okay. Now, okay. So, but I need to tell you as well. Yeah, when we talk about marah, Masdar marah, it's applicable to actions that are physical.
Meaning?
What do I mean? You remember the word? Oops, sorry. Remember the word hissiyah when we did balaghah?
No.
Hissiyah is something. It's something material, physical. When you beautify something, remember when you beautify something in a physical sense, and then you beautify something in not to say mental sense, in an abstract sense. Okay, mental sounds not good. Okay, anyway, so this is something that is physical. Daraba, jalasa, sabha. Yes, so this is something tangible. You don't do it for verbs that are an idea, a meaning. Yeah, akli, not a thought, not like fahima, alima, jahil. Yeah, no. So we don't do this for Masdar marah. Yeah, because it's an idea. So an idea is there all the time. So you can't think of it once and not think about it at all. Yeah. So that's why it's
Okay.
not possible. Yeah, alhamdulillah. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I think we shall stop here, inshallah.
Okay,
And
inshallah.
then the next Saturday we'll continue with our masdas. We have another 2 more masdas, if not mistaken, that we need to
Okay.
look at. No, actually we only have 1 more masdar. That masdar is this masdar. Masdar hay'a. Yeah, masdar hay'a. And once we finish masdar hay'a, we're going into what we call the mushtaqat. Mushtaqat? No. Does that word ring a bell? Mushtaqat.
I don't know.
Mushtaq.
Mustaq.
When you say an isim is mushtaq, we mean that an isim that is mushtaq means an isim that is derived from a fi'il.
Oh.
Yeah, mushtaq. So that is what we're going to look at. Yes, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah.
Subhanallah. Amin wa iyakin. Subhanallah wa bihamdik.
Subhanallahumma bihamdika asyhadu an la
Nashhadu an la ilaha illa
ilaha
anta
illa anta
astaghfiruka wa
astaghfiruka wa
atubu
atubu ilaik.
ilaik.
Amin ya rabbal alamin.
Amin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Do follow us on Saturday. I would be so sayang if you don't continue with your Arabic, kan? The job must be quite exciting.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah. Okay then.
I know the job is on weekdays only. Weekends is I'm actually so free, but
Okay. Yeah, but
enjoy.
you have other things to do too. I know, kan? Then
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
that's the only time you have the time to do.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but inshallah, we hope to see you more often. Okay then.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye dear.